Soo-won said I could trust you, but I had to be sure.
Soo-won?
Soo-won? What? How are you related to Soo-won? Did I try to drown an important person? How's it going, everybody? Welcome back.
VBBBBBBBB. My comfort stream. I've been feeling down, but now you are streaming. Also, it's been 12 months! 1 full year of VB support.
Well, thank you so much, Tim. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. You guys are also, you know, like a nice break away from, you know, the reality and cruelty of real life and the rest of the world. But thank you so much for the tier 1 resub. Thank you, thank you. The agenda today. I'm gonna go through the mail as usual, and then afterwards we're gonna wrap up New Kaineng City. I'm gonna do map completion there, and as soon as I finish that, I will continue the story. And I believe I'm going to be taken to the Ehovald Wilds. It's not easy being green. If you're not a Sylvari, sure. We'll start at the bottom. Aaliyah Winterborn. I've said this a few times on your videos, and I'm unsure if you've seen it, so I'm going to repeat it here. Be successful at the last meta before you finish the story. Oh yeah, that's the plan. I don't want, you know, to run into a situation like I did with Heart of Thorns. I regret not doing the meta before the end of the story. So this time around, I'm going to do the meta before I finish. Anyway, it unlocks the true ending, which is some additional lore in a closed location that you only get if you do it in that order of the meta, and then the story. I see. Huh. Well, don't you worry. I will be doing that. Thanks for the heads up. A gift from the Black Lion Trading Company. This is my favorite raptor mount, VB. I hope you think it is as cute as Mama Pudge. Hugs and kisses, Mama Pudge. Yo, thank you, Pudge. Thank you so much. What is this? The Gallant Lightbearer Raptor Skin. What the hell? That looks like a Pokemon. It's like a cross between a fox, a kangaroo, and... yeah, a fox and a kangaroo, actually. That actually looks pretty cool. It's a really nice looking mount. It's got 4 ears, though. I wonder if it's related at all to the Char. You think it is? Because Char have 4 ears. Oh my god. What if they're like a long distant cousin? Let's use it. Pudge, thank you for the 5 gift subs and for the mount once again. Damn, thank you so much. VB has so many mount skins? I don't think I have enough mount skins. Vanilla, I'm addicted to Genshin. I'm glad to hear that you're having fun, though. It's just a shame that a lot of people don't give it a try because, 1, the gacha business model, which is understandable, and 2, it's a mobile game. So when people, you know, hear mobile game, they're like, ugh, it must be trash. It must be garbage. Ugh. I'm gonna go yell at the clouds and tell kids to get off of my lawn. Sanguine. When will you rate how you do laid? Um, 11 out of 10? I'm a very good lay. I'm very experienced. I mean raid. Oh, in that case, not very. Like 3 out of 10. Thank you. What? Thank you for the 4 gold, 20 silver, and 69 copper. Delivery from the trading company. You have received a gift. Deep Wilds Mount Adoption License. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, kind stranger that did not leave behind their name. Forgot to add a message to the last license. Oh, there it is. Anyway, here. Have more mount skins. JS. Joe Sparta? Jade Sparrow! Oh. Joe Swanson. Sorry, I'm slow. I've had a very rough week, okay? I've had, barely had any time to myself. Thank you, Jade, for the Mistborn Mount adoption license, too. You know what? Let's go ahead and open them up. Storm Scale. Alright, so this is like an electric version of the default Sky Scale mount. Crested Plains Runner. It's a dinosaur. But, like, the raptor's already a dinosaur. More mail? Gamba time? Sanguine. I ain't spending money on this shit. This is your guys' deal. So if you give me the loot boxes, I'm not gonna say no to that. Alright, fine. Thank you. What the hell is that? An Elonian Wave Rider. It's okay. This is just a skimmer, but with a different pattern. Okay, now I am going to get started on the game, you guys. Let's go back to New Kaineng City. Let's finish it up. I'm almost done with it. I just need like a few POIs and... well, I forget. Yeah, POIs...
Commander,
wait, what?
there.
What the hell?
We need to want
Boo.
to deport us all
Also,
immediately.
you need a self-care day.
Has anyone been
Vanille
able to smooth
67
things over
heart.
June?
Oh, okay, alright. Oh my. I was worried that I was gonna miss dialogue for a second, but that turned out to be old dialogue. Okay, alright. Yo, Albie, thank you so much for the tier 1 resub. Thank you so much. Where is it? Down? Oh, all the way down over here? I see. Restless... oh, God! Restless Spirits. I don't think that counts towards the event. Oh, the Restless... the Restless Spirit is over here. Okay. Let's pull it.
I can
No!
stand.
The event's telling me to, disturb your rest. I must do it for the loots. I'm clearly not a good person.
It's quiet again.
Okay, so I beat the thing. Does that mean the vault door is open now? There were 2 spirits, and I'm guessing that they had both of the glowies. Open the vault. You and Dahlem.
I've got the target.
I thought I lost you.
Yeah.
You are? Is that you? Hello again.
I want that.
My love.
Are they aware that they're dead? Oh. Alright. Open the vault door. I don't want to be stuck inside with this shark.
Citizens of New Kaineng.
There we go.
Received multiple distress calls from the Napui and Canthan labs.
Got it.
Send help.
Alright. And then I dive. No! Yeah! I got it.
Various transportation systems to remain offline indefinitely.
Nice try. You have failed yet again.
Protected.
Grab as much as you can and get it back to the hideout.
Oh God.
I don't care what you had for it.
All right, coming through. Yeah, the meta, run! It's the meta. I got the POI, but the mastery's around here somewhere. Oh, run!
We'll get it under control.
I am that.
Wait, what are those floating things? The hell is this? They're flying light bulbs. Tracks for cargo? Think BioShock Infinite? Oh, they're tracks? That's weird. Interesting. I guess it's like magnetic technology powered by dragon magic. Funny. Oh, whoa. What the hell? Yo, they gotta get a boat in here. They gotta have like boats, like gondolas. And they, you know, they sell through that tunnel. And then people can RP, you know, one of those love tunnel things and, you know, and rom-coms. Yeah, like that there. Yeah, like that. Like that. There we go. And then they gotta play some Disney song in the background. Damn, that was short-lived. North Substation. Hello, naked man. What are you doing? Oh my god. There's a tonic to be a little robot. That's funny. Eleanor, master of disguise. Got it. It's a temple. That is New Kaineng City complete. They have jade bots just patrolling the bridges as well. Show off. Look at you. You're not touching the water with your griffin. You're so good at flying. Whoa, this is interesting. I feel like I'm back in Heart of Thorns all of a sudden. Huh. Okay. Hello, Kong Ming. How's it going? Fallout. Arborstone? Finally! Ooh. It's a waterfall. What the hell?
I see you got out of Kaineng without any trouble, Commander.
I'd love to open that disguise tech up and take a little look.
Don't even think about it. You break that thing, and the commander will be on a one-way trip back to Xinjie.
So, where's that safe haven you mentioned in Navan?
Right behind us.
Whoa.
Arborstone. My grandma used to tell me stories. Family lorries were part Suhelzer.
Alka-Seltzer?
It was one of the great houses of the Kurziks.
For centuries. Until it was abandoned when they were conquered by the Ministry of Purity.
Due respect, ma'am, but safe haven? This place isn't exactly subtle.
No. But its occupants are no friends of the Canthan authorities. You'll be safe here. Come.
Really?
See.
Wait, they better not be the Brotherhood or the Purists. Go to the entrance of Arborstone. Ooh. Very pretty. I wonder if the flowers glow in the dark. You ever notice that a lot of video games nowadays, you know, are starting to do glow-in-the-dark flowers? What the hell?
The entrance is just ahead.
You mean right past the shadow monsters?
Monsters? What?
No, it can't be.
Wait, what?
Combat ready!
Why are the Heartless here? What's their deal? They come in all shapes and sizes. Glowy equals pretty. According to Buttspot, glowy equals buddy. I don't know if people like glow-in-the-dark butts, Buttspot. Holy crap! Oh! Why is, like, every single creature on the planet trying to attack us now? on, I actually need a heal. And a mic. Oh, I messed it up again.
Spike my coffee with a boga juice, or was that Mordrum, Risen, and Branded all fighting together?
Everything on the planet.
But on closer inspection, they appeared to be constructs of some kind, made up of an unidentified magic. Not the same one we found in the reactor.
Perhaps we should move this discussion into the warded cathedral. Unless you prefer to conduct further research firsthand.
No, that's not necessary.
Are you sure? What if it was a bug, Gorik? What if it was a shadow bug?
Commander, I'm not trying to panic, but what on Tyria did we just encounter?
I don't know, the
They're a new
Heartless,
kind
maybe.
of
Maybe someone
dragon
opened up the
minion.
door to
They must
darkness.
belong to soo-won.
Oh!
Logical assumption.
A soo-won
But
minion?
shouldn't hers be water?
Didn't
Yeah.
look like any water I've ever seen.
True.
You really think the wards will keep them out, Navan?
Rama,
can't
are
be
you
certain,
pissing in the leaves right
but I
now?
hope
What the
so.
hell? Give Rama some privacy. Oh.
Does it always look this way?
No, not at all. I don't know what could have happened. I left a powerful guardian in charge. Ishan.
Awfully
Ishan?
quiet. Was it just Ishan?
No, we should be hearing laughter and song and crackling fires. There was a large group taking shelter.
Was being the operative word.
If there's anyone here, we'll find them.
Search Arborstone for Ishan. What the hell? There's like weird globules of oil in the air. It's gross. It's like I'm in a painting.
Their faces are blue. Do they all choke?
No. Take a closer look at the cheeks and lips. Swollen. Could be anaphylaxis.
Pretty big coincidence if they were all allergic to the same thing. Maybe
Maybe they were all part of the Blue
only way
Man
to know
group.
for sure would be to test the food, but we need to get it to a lab.
you do forensics?
I dabble as a hobby. I enjoy reading about unsolved crimes and seeing if I can solve them.
Gorik taking forensic as a hobby somehow is a Gorik thing to do. It doesn't really surprise me. I mean, you know, he's a very smart guy. He probably picks up, you know, a couple of hobbies here and there. Camp remains.
Died in their sleep.
Smoldering embers in the brazier.
Puts the time of death sometime in the last few hours.
Strange anomaly.
No, that isn't possible. It's like someone took the square root of -1 and just put it in the sky.
Huh?
What villain would disrespect the laws of physics like this?
Really? That's the thing you're
Really?
hung up on here?
Look, the universe
Krokatoric!
has rules.
Do you not remember
Break those
Krokatoric?
rules And nothing, I mean nothing, makes sense. Nothing can be trusted. Down is up is down, water is dry.
You're asking these questions now?
You are definitely still Gorik.
Why are you questioning this? I stopped, you know, questioning, you know, about the rules of reality a long time ago, ever since Krokatoric, you know, could bend reality and go through portals and stuff. Go to the realm of the dead. Nothing makes sense anymore, Gorik. You should have gotten used to it a long time ago. Dead bodies.
Where is Ishan? He was supposed to be protecting these people.
Seems there was a dereliction of duties.
Or he was first to go.
We fought gods. We fought butts as well. I'm pretty sure I stabbed Krokatoric's butt, right? That was canon. Wait, resonant book. What is this? Corrupted book. Why is the book corrupted? Is this the Necronomicon? Archamoris stood side by side with Terrify his... Wait, what? Archamoris stood side by side with Terrify his emperor. It have been reported that the harvest of Shiro went to the killer who made such a cabal of purity, which was taken to... What the hell is with the run-on sentence? You attempt to read the rest of the volume, but the remaining contents of this book continue to elude rational thought. Okay, so that's on purpose. They're just going nutso. Or maybe they just have terrible editors in the void, wherever they come from. Oh, a floating corpse, because that's normal. The body of this guard is floating in the sky, floating in the air, defying gravity, even in death. Huh. Hold on. Can I make him move if I poke him? /point. Damn it. Navan, get out of my way. I'm doing science. /point. No, he's stuck. The floating corpse reminds me of Control. Yo, Control. That's a good game. I played that.
Their faces are horrified. Like they were scared to death. Literally.
Poor bastards. Kicked around their whole lives just to die like this.
Please, please, please write me and let me know what happens in the Birds of a Feather finale. Okay, that's all for now. I guess next time I'll write from our new home in the trees. Joy. Rue. Sad. And now they're dead. They are likely dead. Weeby has no respect for Navan and his elders. My elders? I don't have any elders. I'm a Sylvari. No Sylvari has elders. They are calling for me. Stay safe, my love. Sayo. Oh. Also dead. Firstborn? They're like a few years older. They're not that much older. What the hell? That boat is standing straight up. It's the Titanic.
That's not how that's supposed to go.
Yeah. Examine. While all bloats... All bloats? All bloats. Oh my god. While all boats float, this one does so in a way that is contrary to every known law of physics or magic. Weeby sounds a lot like a Nightmare Court member saying that. Well, maybe, you know, some of their ideas are not that bad. Maybe they have a good idea. Not all their ideas are good, but not all their ideas are bad. Sometimes mommy does not know best.
What happened here? They look like they were in the middle of unpacking.
His chest is hollow. All the internal organs are gone.
But there's no visible wounds. Where the hell did they go?
Well, don't look at me. You're the death expert. You hear that? Came from over there.
Should we investigate?
Yes, but keep your eyes and ears open. We're not alone here.
You missed like one thing, but it's fine. Oh.
Navan. Everything okay?
Ishan? What happened to you?
That's Ishan?
Oh.
Salt spray dragon! But it's like those creatures outside. A shade.
Wait, so this is like Kunavan? Holy! Why? Why did this happen to you? Why is everyone corrupted?
Stay moving. It's got acid breath. Circle around and attack its flank.
Watch the crowd. I'll summon words of protection.
Stop moving so I can do this. There we go. Nice try. I have a shield.
Apparently brought friends.
Okay, maybe that does hurt. That hurts. That hurts.
Protected.
They're back. That's a big dragon. It's not an uwu dragon. I'm getting some Legend of Zelda vibes of, you know, all these shadow creatures here. Like Twilight Princess. Why you keep moving? My AoEs will not hurt you if you keep moving. Stupid smart dragons. Come on, bring up the next one. Where is this dragon?
Staggered! Just a few more good blows should bring it down!
Ishan, my friend, please come back to us. We
They're
did
dead.
not survive the horrors of Shiro.
Oh, they're corrupted.
Only to have your story
The
end
corruption
here.
is irreversible,
Wait,
just like the rest of
what
the
did she
dragon
just say?
minions. Wait, what? We did not survive the horrors of Shiro Tagachi only to have your story end here. How old is this dragon? Has this dragon been around the same time as Kunavang? Or Kunavang? I don't know how to pronounce their name.
That's it.
Sean. I'm so sorry I left you to this fate.
Whoa. I see the light. Am I dead? No, I'm fine.
The anomaly's vanished. It must have been ambient corruption from the magic in the salt spray.
Ishan was consumed by the same power that will take soo-won. And then all of Tyria. The Void.
The Void?
The force that emerged from the broken dragon cycle. Which, if not stopped, will unwind reality one thread at a time.
Rewind.
Tell us how it is
unwind.
you know all this? And what was the magic you used? Never seen anything like it.
I have. When Aurene shielded me against Balthazar's fire. Who are you, really?
You deserve the truth. Soo-won said I could trust you, but I had to be sure.
Soo-won?
Soo-won? What? How are you related to Soo-won? Did I try to drown an important person? Kunavang!
I am. It's been centuries since I revealed my true form to a mortal. The last time...
They're Soo-won's
that
champion.
mortal was a hero, much like yourself. One who saved me from a terrible fate. Now time is short, but I'm sure you have questions.
So were they always Soo-won's champion, or did they become Soo-won's champion? I know they're a character in Guild Wars 1, but Soo-won wasn't, you know, I don't know. Maybe they were, because Soo-won is the mother of all Elder Dragons anyway. Time is short and the void continues to spread, but you need to know that what we are up against, so I'll answer your questions if I can. What exactly are those creatures?
The void is raw magic. Chaos incarnate. In the beginning, everything was void. Then the mother dragon, Soo-won, brought order, splitting the void into 6 domains of magic. She could not maintain that order alone, so she took on the domain of water and gave the others to the 5 elder dragons. It was on that foundation that all material life on Tyria flourished.
I'm rereading it. The void is raw magic, chaos incarnate. In the beginning, everything was void. Alright, and every time we kill an elder dragon, the magic comes closer and closer to coming back to the void. Okay. How are you able to take human form?
I'm not certain I can explain it. I become like water. And water can take many forms.
Water takes shape.
We salt sprays taught ourselves many tricks over the years. This one is not easy for us. But it is certainly useful. There are times when it's easier to protect if you can blend in among those you're protecting. Live their lives. Ishan always said I was spending too much time in that form. Too much time away. But I learned more every day.
Kind of reminds me of Genshin Impact. Most of y'all probably don't, understand what I mean by that, but there's like similar stories with, and they got Chinese mythology going on in that game too. With similar stories about, the gods walking amongst men in, human form, and they're actually like animal spirits. How was soo-won's containment helping?
The chamber that June built siphoned off soo-won's growing power and used it to fuel Canthan. You might have noticed that this technology has been unreliable lately. That was because the void was being siphoned off as well, but only into machines, thankfully. Now with soo-won unleashed, its tendrils are working out from her to wind their way through the rest of the world.
And so the dragon magic that powers the J-Tech is going crazy because of that. Alright, well, I need to know what we can do to help soo-won.
I don't know. She allowed herself to be contained because he was the only possible option. Without the stability provided by the other Elder Dragons, and with that containment chamber destroyed.
She'll be overwhelmed.
Would it help if we could find another way to siphon off some of that magic?
Using Anka's extractor!
Yes, that might work. It would buy time, at least.
But it means we need to find Anka. Fast.
This void magic sounds like a cancer, and we have to, perform some kind of chemotherapy to soo-won in order to, get things back to order for at least a little while. Damn. It's all my fault. What? No. I'm still not going to apologize. I did what I had to do.
Kaz,
Doggy dog world.
Had to say?
Yes? I have so many questions.
Questions we don't have time for now. We need to find Anka.
She didn't leave us much to work with at the reactor.
And the only Asuran troublemaker on Minsec's radar is standing right here in front of me.
Gorik, you know her better than any of us. Any insights into her personality that might help?
She successfully lured me into an incredibly obvious trap. It's fair to say I don't know her at all anymore.
What the hell?
If I ever did.
Hello, Lady Navan? Or Kunavang, I should say. I wanted to tell you about Ishan. He fought it as long as he could. We're only alive because of him.
Thank you.
I guess they're okay.
I overheard you all talking, and I think I might be able to help. I'm Ayumi, and I'm a member of the Kestrels, which means it's my job to know everything that's going on in Ehovald. I need to escort these people to Mori Village, but we can talk when I get back.
Yeah, I know. Gorik, talking a
Chapter ends,
big game.
Begins.
But we all know the truth. Nice try, Gorik. Let me read this. An old quote from Kunavang. Enraged Kunavang, let me give you a piece of advice. Never refuse a gift from someone who can swallow you whole. Also, don't try to drown them. Well, it turns out that, I had nothing to worry about. You can't drown a water dragon. They're made of water. If anything, that must have felt great for Navan. I must have done her a favor. Anyway, let's talk to Rama. There's something you need, Commander? You said you are a Kurzik?
Half Kurzik, on my mother's side. Enough that I stand out as not Canthan enough for some people. Of course, I'm not Kurzik enough for some people either. Had to have a thick skin, especially growing up where I did. I was lucky, though. Minsec took a chance on me. Shouldn't have to be lucky to make it out of the slums, though. Shouldn't be any slums to begin with.
Rich and poor. It'll always be like that. No matter where you go. Outside of Cantha isn't any much better, Rama. Alright, let's talk to Kunavang. Wait, is there more? Yeah, there is. Champion, you look as though you still have some questions. So, from champion to champion, are we like equals? Because I'm a champion of Aurene, you're a champion of soo-won. Why were you disguised as a human?
It's my honor to look after the people of Canthan for soo-won.
This is new.
I discovered long ago that the best way to do that was from within, rather than without. Your kind need a sensible voice in your ears, more than you need a dragon on the mount. The Empress knew my real identity, as did her father before her, and his father before him.
Oh. Always the royalty that knows the truth. You never even bothered to contain their magic? Well, how was I supposed to know that I was supposed to contain their magic? I didn't know about any of that until, like, Season 3. When Balthazar started, you know, going around causing a ruckus. What did you mean about a terrible fate?
I was imprisoned by the assassin Shiro Tangachi. More than imprisoned. I was under his poisonous control.
Right.
Used as a weapon against his enemies. Until I was finally released by an alliance of heroes.
That's crazy.
Soo-won offered me a new path. Inspired by the heroes who saved me, I became Soo-won's representative.
So she became a champion after the fact.
Watcher and protector.
After factions, maybe. Okay, I was gonna say, because, like, how the hell can, you know, a normal human being take control of a champion of an elder dragon? I've never heard of that happening before. How long have you served Soo-won?
I felt it when she woke. All those of the sea did. A presence powerful enough to drive back the shadows in the depths. But it was not until Zaitan that I sought her out. An act of desperation to save what was left of a land I loved. It takes effort for one like her to see you. We are but moments in her infinite life. I did not know if she would care. But she did. Somehow, she did. I became her champion. My bond with her is much like yours with Aurene. Or perhaps more like your friend Keith's. I feel her, but she doesn't control me. She's come to mean a lot to me. It was hard when she chose to put herself in June's machine. But even now, she's always taking the long view.
So you treat her like your mom? I get it. I treat Aurene like family too. Who was Ishan to you? Oh, Ishan. Ishan was one of the few remaining Saltspray dragons I could call my friend. Many of us were imprisoned by Shiro Tagachi together, in the Harvest Temple. Huh? I could call my friend, any of us were imprisoned in the Harvest Temple. What the hell? It was a difficult experience. Many of us emerged with deep hurts that made it difficult to ever resume our free lives. Ishan was one of those at first. I'm sorry to hear that. When I first found him, he was in a terrible place. I was almost forced to kill him, to protect those he might hurt otherwise. But instead, he was inspired to live by my example, to be a protector. A good purpose. And that's how he died, protecting. It became his purpose, and it served him until the end. What a life! Damn! That's tough. 1 hour YouTube video of Kunavang VA playing End of Dragons. Huh. It's always fun to see voice actors play their own game, or play the game that they work in. FYI, Raising of Ore was in 116 years ago, so about halfway between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2. So about 100 years, she has 100 years of champion experience in her resume. I see. Alright, well that's a pretty good resume. When Soo-won kicks the bucket, you got a pretty good, you know, resume to churn in if you're looking for a job. When? I suspect that, you know, she's going to kick the bucket. I mean, I think... Don't spoil it for me, don't tell me. But I think it's pretty obvious that Soo-won's gotta go. And it's probably gonna make Aurene the one true Elder Dragon of them all, to control all the void magic. I'm back. The door to command quarters. Enter the command quarters. Well, hold on. Am I in a news... Where is it? Oh, Arborstone Revitalization. Base of Operations. Establish a base of operations within Arborstone. Increases the resting experience enhancement from Arborstone Inn by 5%. Resting XP. Come to think of it, this game doesn't have resting XP. Not until now? Is this new? Is resting XP new? Rest XP started here. Huh. I'm so used to having resting XP in other MMOs like WoW or Final Fantasy that I didn't even, I just noticed that we didn't have it until now. What the hell is going on? Y'all are always trying to break the game and get me into trouble. I don't know anything about this. I am not associated with these people. I don't know who they are.
I don't like this. Not one bit.
Me neither. Ayumi's compromising everything we've built.
That child has no appreciation for our legacy. Viri never should have brought her into our ranks.
Viri was the best of us. His niece is not.
I wonder if there's a penguin Tengu. I mean, I've already seen Up. Remember, I've done this in the story. Although, now that I can mount up, that means I can fly, right? You're too poor to rest. I'm too poor to rest. Well, I do live in LA. Feel like I'm in that one place in Dark Souls. What is it called? In Orlando? Orlando? Something Lando. There's a zip line. Oh. And Orlando. Thank you. Yeah. Orlando is a place in Dark Souls? Makes sense. What is this? This strange console hums gently. There is a big button on the top that seems to beg to be pressed. I guess I'm gonna be DD from Dexter's Lab now. I pressed the button. I'm not gonna explode Arbor. Whoa! Oh, it's that! It's the ball juggling mechanic.
Protected.
I haven't seen this since the Fractal. Hot potato. Don't drop the ball, or the ball will drop you. Oh! Oh, wait, we're doing it together? Oh, this is a team effort thing. It's hard solo indeed. I see. Well, it's a heavy ball. I can't hold it myself.
Protected.
You?
Been watching the road to New Kaineng.
You see anything strange?
Strange how?
Stuff not looking right. Not acting right.
Now that you mention it, two songbirds were attacking one another, trying to peck each other to death.
What the hell? That sounds like chickens. Yeah. Didn't you guys talk about chickens, pecking each other to death? This is a common thing between birds, isn't it? Are birds just very, aggressive creatures? Mistlock Pass has this minigame too. I remember someone mentioning to me that there is a game. I just never got around to checking it out. Oh! Now click. I touched the orb. What the hell? I feel the power! Shazam! You can just fly now. Oh! My people call me. My planet needs me. I must go. I can't go any further. Oh. Australia fought a war against birds? I'm not Australian. Can any Australians, confirm that there was a war against birds? Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely? Really? The famous Emu War. The emus indeed won. A war we lost, yes. Aussie can confirm. It was their version of the war on drugs, poorly planned and ripe for mockery. I fought the Ka and the Ka won. What? There is not an actual Wikipedia link. I thought y'all were in the joke. I thought y'all were... What is this? The Emu War, also known as the Great Emu War. Emus 1, Australian Army 0. Man, maybe I should not visit Australia. Nature is crazy. Nature's scary. There's a zip line over here too. Hold on, I want to take the zip line. Whoa. That's cool, dude. That's crazy. This really does feel like Enerlando. Or that one zone in Code Vein. Whoa, what the hell? There's a floaty statue. Singer's Spirit. What happened? Oh, I'm supposed to collect these things? Pick the balls? Pick the balls? Rephrase that! Oh, there's so many blessings. How many are there in total? 51 of these. 51?! Okay, well I got 12 so far. You don't need to get every single one. Just do your best and leave them in the fountain. Wait, what? I don't think there's anything there. I'm not supposed to get all 50? And what do I do? There we go. 24 out of 10 blessings. Oh! I only needed 10? POI over here. I'm doing map completion for, you know, a random zone. That's probably, yeah. Like, actually, I don't even know if I should do map completion here. I am going about this in a, you know, as if this was one of the zones. However, I did find diving goggles. Nice. Tsuko Talon Edge.
I hear you're quite the fighter. Did you want to test those skills against me? I'd love to see what techniques the outside world has produced.
What's your job here?
I'm the training master of the Kestrels. I teach stealth, subterfuge, and combat. While it's my job to teach the dedicated, it's my duty to learn from them as well.
This bird looks like a badass, like he's seen some shit. Alright, let's go. 1v1. And by 1v1, I mean like 1v20.
You're a fast learner, but I'll keep it well thought. I could learn a thing or two from you, it seems. We are lucky to have you as an ally.
Oh, you can learn a thing or two from me, alright. Lesson 1. Grab a group. Start zerging. Door to command quarters. Enter.
I'm worried about Ulrich.
Timing.
He's so fixated on revenge.
I know. I worry about him too. But I'm keeping an eye on him. I'll make sure he doesn't do anything stupid.
Ah, hi, Commander. Did Kaineng have anything more to say about the Dragon Cycle?
Not yet. We're working hard to track down Anka right now.
Understood. We're busy over here too.
So much to do, so little time. Can I help you with something, Commander? How are things going with June?
Busy. Ever since the reactor was
Guys,
destroyed,
don't crowd over the NPCs,
June's been trying
please.
to figure out how to fix it. And see what we built?
I did notice you look a little different.
Yes, Junlai has an entire medtech division. They make braces for conditions like mine. They're incredible. I feel almost no pain when I'm wearing them. I did a little tweaking to the design, added some extra functionality. June's gonna incorporate my changes into Junlai's next model.
Oh? Wait, let me reread that. Well, it's hard to see because she's like a freaking hologram. I guess she has a new outfit. MedTech division, they make braces for conditions like mine? So her condition is actually common within the Canthan people? I feel almost no pain when I'm wearing them. So she can move around freely, normally now? She can run? She doesn't limp anymore? She can walk now. I don't think that, cures her condition though, right? She's just able to move. She has like an exosuit, right? Well, good on her, I suppose. That was pretty sudden. Gorik.
Hey, I've been experimenting with this really interesting Canthan tech. It's an autonomously
Ivan?
driven deconstructor. Breaks down complex items into their component parts.
So, what are you working on here? Looks like some kind of Aetherblade tech.
The Kestrels found it in Ehovald, beeping like crazy. I think it's one of those airship transponders Renyak damaged.
There's no way it's from one of ours. That outer shell is too new. Ours were old. Garbage.
No, it's definitely an Aetherblade transponder. Or was at some point. Only an Aetherblade would splice a wire with a used bandage.
How could it possibly be Aetherblade? Renyak could have fixed it up when he got here? I don't know.
Could it help us find Anka?
Maybe. Just need to triangulate the signal destination. You can do that, right?
I can try. I can let these guys do it.
We'll get it done, Commander.
And by we, I'm letting Gorik and Timmy mess around with that.
Yumi's here with a new report about Anka.
Find out what Ivan is doing in Arborstone. Meet Rama and Ayumi. Okay, let's talk to Ivan first.
So, you're probably wondering what I'm doing here. I'm glad you asked. Except you didn't. I mean...
Commander, I know I should have checked first, but I thought since Ivan didn't have anywhere else to go...
No, of course, Ivan. Maybe you can help us track down Anka and the Aetherblades.
Right. Speaking of which, where is my captain? Is she with you? Is she... is she...
She's sleeping with Scarlet Briar.
Don't be sorry for Captain Trent.
She's living the dream, Ivan.
Be sorry for Anka. You're gonna get her, right?
I'll get her sooner if we're all working together.
Then I volunteer my services to your crew. If I think of anything that can help, I'll let you know.
Yeah, she's probably dead in the mists, hanging out with Scarlet. Like she always wanted to. Awkward.
Commander, I trust you and your friends are comfortable?
Very. The Kestrels have been more than accommodating. Thank you.
Yumi was just telling me that Anka's been pretty busy since her little escapade in the reactor.
Putting it lightly, she's been sending Aetherblades to meet with both of the criminal gangs here in Ehovald.
The Speakers and the Jade Brotherhood. Only thing they agree on is they don't agree on anything.
Except working with Anka, apparently. I should pay these gangs a visit. Ideally, without them knowing.
I've got Kestrels stationed outside each of their camps. Talk to them. They'll get you inside.
I'm gonna head for Mori Village, southeast Ehovald. Meet me there when you're done.
The Speakers and the Jade Brotherhood, only thing they agree on is that they don't agree on anything. Oh. So they're like the entirety of Twitter. I see. Speaker is no tech. Nature. They're, oh my god, what are those people called? Oh man, help me out, you guys. The Amish! Yeah, they're like the Amish. Anything you need, Commander? How will I get into the gang camps?
Sometimes we Kestrels go places we aren't exactly invited. Our spies have had a lot of practice crafting Brotherhood and Speaker illusions. They'll make sure you blend in.
Any idea where the Aetherblades are hiding?
We've seen hints of them here and there. They're mobile, and they don't leave a lot of clues behind. We found that transponder, the one we gave to Gorik. Odd, though. Seems unlike them to leave that in the open.
Thank you again for allowing us to stay here. It's very cozy.
Most welcome. I like to think of Arborstone as a big nest where everyone comes together. I want our hatchlings to be able to play here. Local merchants and businesses from far-off lands to work as one. We have big plans for this place. We're happy you're a part of them.
Do they lay eggs? I wonder if they lay eggs. Anyway, you said you were a member of the Kestrels?
Oh, yes. The Kestrels have been around since our ancestors fled to Ehovald. A few Tengu made it their job to protect the others on their way, and voila! The Kestrels were born. It's always been a loose association, no formal leadership. Old Kestrels train new Kestrels, and so the order goes on. It's not actually a perfect system, if I'm being honest. Lately, well, a few things have really gotten out of control. Gangs moved in, and they've been pushing people around. Innocent people have died. I've been trying to get us to work together more, but, well, I'm pretty new at this. I'm not actually from Ehovald, so no one takes me seriously.
It's the same everywhere else. Rama has the same problem. He's like half Kurzik, so like the Kurziks can't take him seriously. The non-Kurziks can't take him seriously. Jeez, so much racism, so much xenophobia in Canthan land. Got a lot of work to do if we're going to catch this Anka person. What do you need? What can you tell me about the Jade Brotherhood?
Scavengers. Think of themselves as heroes of the downtrodden, but all they're doing is lining their own pockets. They scoop up any discarded Jade tech they can get their hands on, and then sell it to people who don't know any better. Even their name was scavenged for parts. They got nothing to do with the gang that went up against Ampha.
So they're a shadow of their former selves? Interesting. Tell me about the Speaker's gang.
Fanatics. Started off a well-intentioned, if quirky, bunch of environmental defenders. But over time, they went hardline. Started opposing any kind of technological progress. Then a warden, Tetra Earthcall, took control. Weaponized their good intentions.
Tetra
That's when they
Earthcall?
started enslaving spirits and bombing anyone they
Tetra
disagreed with.
Earthcall.
Got them all convinced they're gonna become immortal forest spirits, like her.
What a name. What a very earthly name. Their father must be Atlas Earthcall. Anyway, how is it working alongside Ayumi?
The Kestrels. They're a force to be reckoned with. Wish I'd known about them sooner, honestly. Now that we're all on the
Tetra
same
isn't a
side,
human, I guess. I mean, I'm just saying the name is funny.
In the void.
They lay eggs. They are avian, not mammal. Okay, alright. I wonder how big their eggs are. I wonder if people, mistake their eggs for, chicken eggs. I wonder if they have to worry about poachers. I have so many questions about the Tengu. That is all. Thanks. Okay. Weeby, you're making me hungry. Go make an omelet. If you're hungry. Kongming, we need you. Don't die on us. Where would we be without your war strategies? When a thief steals from a Tengu, they get eat egg skill. Do with that what you will. Like I said, the birds are hardcore. They probably eat their own young. A Silvari eating a salad would be just like a human eating meat, no? Yeah, I suppose. There's nothing hardcore about being a vegan, though. It's the exact opposite. Alright. Going this way. Oh, what the hell? That is very nice artwork.